What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's going on with Tesla, SPY, Nvda, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I'm also going to break down why Tesla and Nvda in particular are outperforming the market so far and how things look in my personal opinion. But before I break the details information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. I am personally not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Weeble link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull and deposit $500, you're guaranteed 20 free stocks. If you deposit $25,000 more, you're guaranteed 75 of them, and the offer ends in just 5 days. Anyways, for the market right now, SPY is just trading sideways in this 499 area so far. It is still down technically for the day. We're going to be watching to see if we can try to break past this resistance and try to get back above 500 to turn bullish, or if we end up rejecting, continuing to sink down below 498 and 497.5 to turn bearish. So I'm going to be watching to see what this does so far. We're in this very, very important range on SPY, but overall, we're still in the red. But despite that, Tesla and Nvidia are outperforming the market as some very bullish news has come out for each of those stocks. So I'm going to talk about all of that over the next couple of minutes and break down the charts. So for data, as a reminder, the GDP numbers were a little bit lower than expected as part of why the market dips the way it did. And initial jobs claims were also kind of weak. Later on, we have the bill auctions coming out at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's pretty much it for data for the day. Everything else is quite minor. Moving forward, Tesla's come out and they basically said during their earnings that they expect their 4680 battery cells to be cheaper than suppliers by the end of the year. But despite that, it's still making a lot of headlines. There's a lot of talk about things that Tesla announced during their earnings, and they're still making a lot of headlines to this day. There's also a lot of talk about Nvidia. Right now, very important Bank of America strategists are saying that the chip sector is due for a May bounce. And that's some very, very big news, especially as earnings are approaching. That makes us very excited for what's about to come. And we're starting to see a lot of them, a lot of stocks involved in this, such as Tesla and Nvidia, really starting to hold up. Tesla also is going to be adding 50,000 Nvidia H100 AI chips to the existing 35,000 that they have for vehicle autonomy data centers at the end of the year. So that's good news for Tesla. That's been making a lot of headlines even to this day, and it's still helping Tesla outperform. Nvidia is also outperforming thanks to all that good news. So what's happening to SPY? SPY is still holding up right over here, trying to rebound a bit, but it's still stuck within this range. So we're not going to worry about anything until we see which way it breaks. Break 500 and we're back to bullish. Lose 498 to me. Excuse me. We could turn back to bearish. We're still kind of stuck at 499, so we'll just give this a little bit more time. But that's what SPY is doing for now intraday, and we'll just be very patient with this. Nvidia is outperforming. Now, Nvidia had some bearish signals. I was worried it might actually dip a bit, but then this bullish news came out. Nvidia is actually holding up very well. I was worried it would come down all the way down to 767. We didn't end up coming down there. We actually got a double bottom and a bounce because once again, good news has come out. And we're going to be watching 820 now as our resistance. If we break through this, we're going to be looking for a push all the way up to about 824, followed by 830. Overall, Nvidia is still holding up very, very well. For Tesla's breaking out right now amidst all the bullish news that's coming out for AI chips, not to mention more talk about bullish developments from earnings. So we're holding above 165 right now. There's a chance it could go all the way up to 168. If it breaks this, we're going to be looking for 170, eventually 172. Now, as of right now, there is this resistance on Tesla that's approaching, so it might not break out as hard, and it's just slowly climbing. So it's looking decent, but do not forget we have to hold above 165 and close above this to remain bullish. If we lose this, we're going to go back into our range. We'll be watching 162.5 and 160, excuse me, below that. But overall, Tesla is still outperforming, holding up very well. For SPY, it's trying to push a bit. Could try to push higher if we do manage to maintain these levels, but that all depends as we're still kind of range bound. The triple Q is at 420. If we lose this support, we're going to be looking for a move all the way down to 417. If we continue to hold this, we could be pushing all the way back up to this wick at 421.5, then 422.75. The QQQ is holding up quite well, so we'll give this a little bit more time. And on top of this, we have Aapl stock. Aapl pushed to the 170 area, now it's coming back down. We're just kind of trading sideways right now. Watch 168.72 as resistance. Watch support at basically 168 flats, and we'll give this a little bit more time just to see how it develops. But as of right now, I'm seeing some potential. Besides that, I just wanted to mention that to double check right here, Coinbase is looking like it's trying to rebound a little bit. If we lose 215, look for a move down to fill this gap. And if we continue to hold above 220, we could be pushing back up towards 224. We're still kind of stuck at 220, so give this a bit more time. Amazon is trying to bounce as well. We're going to be looking to see if we can try to get back up to 172. It may sink a bit before it tries to continue to push, but I'm seeing some life. And Meta is also trying to rebound. It came down pretty hard. We actually saw this thing dip down to about 415, and now we're trying to make our way back up to about basically the 440 area if we keep pushing. So I'm seeing some potential in that, and this is helping the market to some extent. So with that being said, guys, SPY is still stuck in this 499 area. We'll have to see which way it breaks. It's still kind of trading sideways. The trend is a little bit more bearish, but whether we get a small bounce back up before we reject or if we just reject from here, it's going to depend on different factors. Tesla's and Nvidia are still building some strength. Tesla being a little bit stronger, trying to hold above its key resistance. So we'll give the market some time and just know that as of right now, we're seeing these new developments perpetuate. So thank you for listening, guys. Hopefully this video was insightful. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next one. Thank you, and peace out.